So Dawn, we always get asked this question. Do projects get completed faster because we video them?
What do you think the answer is?
Oh, I'm asking you.
Do you really not have an answer?
I don't. What's your answer?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What? You haven't answered yet.
Alright, so, well, first things first, we will answer that question. We had 2 main goals for this weekend. The first was...
I had 5. Dawn had 2.
Yeah, well, I mean, our before winter list is very long, but main project was to get some more trees planted, and then the second project was to make some more progress on the girls' bedroom. Well, good to see you today. Where are we headed?
We're gonna go get more trees.
Big trees.
Big trees.
So my parents agreed to watch the kids. Sometimes we get asked like, oh, how often do you go on dates and stuff? Very rarely do we go on a real date, but we do try to sneak away to do stuff like this every so often. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for watching the kids and letting us get out.
And go get more work.
Yeah, right. Tom was just like getting so bored. And so how many trees are we getting?
12.
The only problem, so some of them are 16 feet tall.
Yes.
And yes. Tom told the guy we have, how big is our trailer?
18 feet. And
the guy's like, that's going to be kind of tight.
He's like, that's a lot of trees for an 18-foot trailer.
So we don't know if they're all going to fit or not, but you know, Tom, you just got to try.
It'll work.
It'll be fine.
If we got to put one on the roof of the excursion, we'll put one on the roof of the excursion.
We had purchased trees from this grower last year as well, and had a really great experience, and he just sells them on Marketplace, but knows a ton about them.
Yeah. He's an arborist for a living. That's his job. So.
Yeah, and so it's fun, and so and he gave us some tips on our other trees. All right, we got the trees. They fit pretty, I don't know if easily is the right word, but you guys were able to make it.
It wasn't too bad.
Okay. And he's super helpful. Gave us a ton of helpful tips, told us exactly how to plant them and water them, told us why he thinks our poplars aren't growing. He was like, poplars grow like weeds. We're like, wait, no, that's
what we thought.
Why? We'll show you our poplars when we get back home. But we're gonna try and set up some irrigation for next spring and see if that helps. But he was really helpful, and it was about an hour away, so it was a really pretty drive. It's a really pretty time of year in Minnesota. So. And
we have no children. Remember that? No children.
Right? Just coffee and conversation. So so we're gonna get back home, and Tom's gonna start planting. How many are there total?
12.
12. That he's gonna plant by hand.
Yep, my goal is to put them all in the ground today.
All right, we made it home, and everything looks pretty good, huh?
Yep, except for the tarp, but I don't like tarps, and I was gonna throw it away anyway.
Yeah, that's a long ways to go. So, but the trees look good. That's all that matters. And so, Tom's gonna start digging.
Got me a new shovel?
So we decided actually to put in another row because the guy said to plant these 30 feet apart, which is actually kind of far apart. And we can show you, these are our poplars. This is actually a good looking one. They don't all look this good or tall.
It is a good looking one, but it's a very sad looking one for a tree that...
Here's one. This one looks really sad. Like, here's what most of them look like. So, yeah, it is what it is. So we just bought ourselves some big trees, so we don't have to worry about it. So, we'll see. All right, I'm gonna go grab the kids from my parents, and Tom's gonna be just digging away.
Tom's gonna start sweating.
So Tom got all the trees laid out, so now to dig. Tom has been working on the trees for over an hour, so I thought we'd go check on them, see how it's going. It's not very, the temperature is nice. It's like 62 out today, but it's really windy, which he's probably grateful for. But so how long did it take you to get all of the trees planted?
I bet it was only 4 or 5 hours.
You made good time.
When we bought them, when we picked them up, we got them early in the morning. It ended up taking a long time to get them loaded and strapped down, and he was like, "Oh, it's pretty ambitious to try and do these all in one day." And when he said that, I was like, "Yeah, they'll be done today."
Yeah, I was like, "Game on."
Pretty much. I know you'll never know, buddy.
Yeah, right.
I forgot to take the rope off. I'll pull the truck and trailer up next to it when I'm done with them all and climb up and cut the string.
Okay. Here's some water.
Thank you. Yeah, he had even told me, he's like, hey, just remember to take all the rope off before you get them up, because he's like, I've done that before.
Yeah, that's way up there.
I know it is.
All these things we learn, right, as we do this. You learn.
Well, I do, I just forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, you're making good time though. It looks awesome.
Is it good time?
I don't know.
How long have I been doing this?
Like an hour?
Seriously. Are you just telling me that?
No, I think so.
It's 2:20.
Okay, maybe 2 hours.
2 hours. Well, 2 hours would include... Hold on. 2 hours, I think, would include unloading them all in their spot.
Yeah.
And getting everything out here to start doing it.
Yeah. So you're halfway with these ones. That's awesome.
Halfway with these ones. So a third of the way?
Yeah, I guess. My glass is always half full.
It is. Because you get to walk away.
No, these are good size. This is going to make a big difference.
Yeah, next year.
Well, right, yeah, not
This
for this year.
I don't think you're even going to notice.
No. And the guy said to make sure we stake them right away, right?
Yeah, they'll fall over otherwise.
Yeah.
I did that with the maples last year too.
Yep. So looks good.
Yep.
The only bummer was, I mean, so they were like, they're 16-foot St. Croix elms. And so like they're very tall trees, but all the leaves are off of them right now, or almost all off. And so once you got them planted, it was just like, it made no difference.
A bunch of sticks in the ground. You couldn't even see from the road. You look at the road, it doesn't look like I did anything.
Yeah. But wait till next spring. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, when they all leaf out.
Yeah. So after that, then we wanted to turn our attention back to the girls' bedroom, because we really are trying to get this finished up. And so that's what made me think of the question, like, do projects get done quicker because you video them?
So are you gonna answer it?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I absolutely 100% think they get done faster.
Really?
Because we're videoing. I think this is one of your least favorite jobs, isn't it? Putting the jam around the windows? No? Are there lesser favorites?
I'm very particular, so yes, it is my least favorite.
And in an old house.
Nothing is straight.
Yeah. It is kind of crazy how close your head comes to the ceiling.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
4 inches? 3 inches?
Yeah, 3 inches maybe?
3 inches? Alright, I gotta make noise.
I don't...
That's not super encouraging, because I think they still take a long time.
Well, right. I don't mean faster like you're able to do the work quicker. I mean faster like they don't get spread out over months and months and months like they used to.
How long ago did we start their girls' bedroom?
A month ago?
No.
Maybe?
Actually started it. This spring,
Oh.
when we flipped the steps.
Oh, right.
Okay, so what about the basement stairs? How long ago did we start that?
Well, but see, that's...
7 months. What about, what other?
I
the
still-
deck.
okay.
2 weeks.
No, I still think, though, that all these projects would have been spread out even more if we weren't having to do, like, weekly updates. And people are like, hey, you know, how's the stair project? Hey, has Tom flipped the stairs yet? Hey, and, like, I don't know if the stairs would still be flipped right now.
I personally believe they would go faster because I wouldn't have to stop and wait on the film crew.
I do not at all agree.
Okay, so I'll show you where we're at with the girls' room. It's not actually that different looking, I guess, but what you can't really tell is Tom has the mudding and taping done as much as we're gonna do. And so right now he was working on casing out the closet and then also the window behind me.
And probably the other question we've been getting asked a lot is how homeschooling is going. And so I said I would give periodic homeschooling updates. And basically my response right now is that the jury is still out. It's going well in the fact that I really like having the kids home and being home with them. But starting with 4 kids, like all 4 kids, like homeschooling all of them has been a learning curve for sure. And it's okay. Like I'm able to kind of just be like, take each day as it comes. We're still actually only like 6 weeks in, but I kind of made the mistake early on of not wanting to use any technology, like not do online programs. I think because I got really burnt out of it this spring when the kids were doing online schooling. And so I realized now that that's actually probably not the best solution. And so one of the things we've been using for language is Babbel, and they were so great to sponsor this video. And so Adeline had been learning Spanish in school, and I didn't want her to lose all of that, but I also didn't want to spend a ton of money on a program for her. And so I think you'll find that Babbel is unique in that it's very affordable. There are no ads on it, which I especially appreciate if the kids are going to be on it, but also that they teach conversational language. And so it's the language you're going to use if you're going to another country or if you have a friend or a family member that speaks that language. And so I really appreciate that because, I mean, that's the most practical use of it, right? But also I thought this was so cool. University studies show that 15 hours on Babbel, which isn't actually that much, is equivalent to a semester of college Spanish. Isn't that cool? So I've found myself even using it too, because that was the language we took in high school. And so I found myself even doing it because I find it very relaxing. And I know you've probably read this too, like one of the ways to like protect our brain as we get older is to continue to learn new things. And so whether you want to supplement what your kids are doing at school and use this with them, or you've always wanted to learn another language, or you have a friend or family member that speaks another language, I think it'd be really fun for you to try this out. And it's very rewarding. It shows you a calendar of like where you'll be at different points and kind of sets up a plan for you. And so I just thought that was really fun too, to see like, oh, like a month from now I could know all of this. And so I thought that was cool, but I've also really appreciated that it's super easy for Adeline to use as well. She's 10 and she's been having a ton of fun with it. And so I have a link down below where you can save 50% off for a 6-month subscription. So that's a really big savings. So you'll find that down below. And I actually had Corbin up here while I was painting and we were working on some of his words he's been learning to spell. And so I'm learning to multitask as well. Okay, so Tom keeps getting pulled away. He's been helping like move equipment around the fields. They're combining, and so it's good, but he goes and helps, then he comes back. And then I also have Mr. Corbin here, and we're gonna work on, so I'm gonna say "and" words, and you're gonna write on why I prime. How does that sound? Is that silly?
Yeah.
It is, but we do what we gotta do, right? I'm excited about the lifestyle of homeschooling. I think I'm already thinking about, as we plan a trip for the winter, like where can we go and what historical things can we see along the way. And so I think that's the part that really excites me. Right now, the day in, day out, we'll find our groove. Like I'm not too worried about that, and it'll be good, but we'll just get there. It'll take a little time, and that's okay. Okay, so I got everything primed that I had hoped to, and then I want to show you what this color looks like. I don't know, I'm kind of torn. I wanted it to be lighter than the original color, but it's kind of hard to tell in this lighting. It does look a little bit more blue in person, and then here I put some primer just to try and get like a better idea, because all the trim will be white, what it would look like next to it. So it's just a touch light. So I'm gonna do something I probably shouldn't, and I'm gonna take some blue paint we have and try and put just a little bit into this can of paint and see if I can get the color I want, or if I'm just gonna totally ruin a gallon of paint. So I could go back to the store and have it remixed, but that would be like an hour trip, and so I just want to get this done. So I don't know, we'll see how this goes. All right, Tom just got back, so you're gonna do trim around the window and the door?
Sure.
All right.
This looks nice, all painted.
Yeah, it really makes it like start to feel nicer. All right, well, I'm gonna try and see if I'm gonna ruin a gallon of paint by putting a little more blue in it, or if it's gonna work out. So.
Oh, you're trying to dye it.
It's just so. Well, here I'll show you. That's the. That's the color there. Do you think it's too light?
I don't think it's too light. I thought we wanted this room to be really light, don't we?
So you're saying just leave it, don't wreck it?
Yeah, no, I'm saying let it be.
Okay. And then I also was able to prime over all of the new like taping and mudding that Tom did, and so I got that all primed and then started painting, and I did end up putting a little bit of blue paint in it, so now I can't tell you what our paint color is if anybody wants to know, because it is custom mixed. But I just kept looking at this like really pretty shade of blue, and I was like, oh, if we could just get a little bit of that in there, I feel like it would be just right. So I'm not sure how. I don't think it reads quite as blue as it is on here, but in person I really like it. It's just like a really light robin egg color, and so I think it's pretty, and I think the girls are gonna like it too. we knew we wanted to go with a lighter shade in here because I painted on the ceiling too because it's such a small area for the ceiling and the line isn't super straight where the ceiling, you didn't do this.
Not me.
It was in here before.
Yeah.
It wasn't super straight where it met, so it'd be kind of hard to tape it off and have like a really nice straight line. So I just decided, we did it last time too, we just ran the wall color up onto the ceiling, and so keeping it light helps it to look better.
I guess, was it that way when we bought it or not?
No.
I know it was all wallpaper. Oh, it was wallpaper up the walls and then the top was painted, right?
Yeah. Just out on the landing. This room just had one wallpaper. And that's what's funny though, is I was thinking about that as I was painting in here today. I was remembering back 4.5 years ago when we moved in and we had to, we replaced the carpet up here, and then
It was blue.
It was blue and brown. There's two different. And then there was wallpaper that we had to take down, and then I painted.
There was like no insulation.
And we were trying to, we worked on the house for a week before we moved in. And but that was a lot. Like, we had a lot to get done in that week.
It was a crazy week, yeah.
And so I just remember being up here like painting, like trying to get it done quickly, and the whole time thinking about like, oh, it'd be so fun like down the road to make this room look cute. You know, at the time the girls were little, and knowing that they would never be big bedrooms up here, but that it would be fun just to kind of, you know, finish them and make them look cool. And so it is fun now to be a little further down the road and to be able to just do the fun decorative stuff and not always be doing like all the big, like huge projects. So, and I have to show you real quick a few other things that I got for their room. So I'm kind of changing the color scheme just a little bit. I wanted to make like a Roman shade style curtain for their window. And so I actually found this shower curtain at Marshall's, and I kind of liked how it had that corally pink color, but then I also kind of liked the contrast with it's kind of a dark gray, black. And someone gave me 2 of these pillows. So I was like, oh, maybe we'll do the coral pink and a little bit of black for contrast. And then, you know, like this with this. Can you see all that? So I was like, well, that'd be kind of fun. And I feel like it would kind of grow with them. And then, but what I'm still, and then I got these lights. So this will go one next to each of their beds over. We showed you the shelves we got. So we have this for like a night side little shelf next to their bed. Again, because they have those drawers, they have the storage drawers under their bed, so you can't really put a regular nightstand. So we have this with the light over it. And so I'm still not certain. So I thought about, many of you said to paint the metal part on these shelves. And so I thought, because there's this like gold on here, that I could paint the metal the same color. But also you could make the case that the black in the shelf now goes with the pillows and the curtain and stuff. And so I don't actually know yet. I might paint them gold and I might not. So the jury is still out on that. But I did think, I liked how this came together. So I'm going to keep the pink pillows that I'd gotten, and then I'm going to return 2 of the blue ones. But I thought this will be fun, and then I just have to get sewing and make a curtain. So if anybody has a good tutorial to make a Roman shade, I am all ears on that. But otherwise, I think it's been really fun. And then Tom will hang the swing chair thing that we got too. So that'll be kind of all the decorations. So I think it's going to turn out good, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, so I thought I should have Tom come and hold this up. So it'll kind of be like centered over the shelf.
Over the shelf?
Yeah, because I worry if it's above the bed, they're going to hit their head on it. So it'll be kind of like that.
This is Tom centering it over the shelf.
You're pretty close. Well, I'm really just trying to see like the colors behind it, and if we should. I think I'm feeling like we're going to paint the shelves, but so thank you for your assistance. That's not what you wanted to hear.
If I knew that's why you called me up here, I wouldn't have came.
I know.
Just so you know.
I know. Do you like the lights though?
Yeah, we have no painting to do on them, right?
No, right. Yeah, they're going to stay how they are. Okay, so I had this idea because Tom really doesn't enjoy mudding and taping. And the corners are the worst, right?
Inside corners are the worst. Outside corners don't bother me. Inside corners.
You actually did a beautiful job on this outside corner over here. It looks really good. So, so I had said, well, let's just add board and batten because then it'll be cute, and then it like would cover up all of these inside
corners that we have. And we knew the door trim would go up to the ceiling anyway, so that kind of took care of those sections. And so there's a couple ways to go about doing, or there's many ways to do board and batten. We've used Select Pine when we did it downstairs, but up here I wanted something a little bit thinner, not so thick, because this room just isn't very big. So we just got a full sheet of MDF, and then, which you've never used MDF before. Was it kind of like cutting cardboard?
I was hoping that I was going to make it through my whole life without touching MDF.
Yeah. So
No one made me do it.
I've heard they'll cut it down for you at the home improvement store into strips. So
when you cut it, it's like powder.
Yeah.
It's total garbage.
But when you get up on the wall and you just get it nailed on and painted and whatever, nobody knows the difference. So we ripped it down into 2-inch strips. We're going to use 2 inches up here. And Tom just put one piece up in the corner just so we could get an idea what it's going to look like. So
and it's not nailed in. It's just sitting there.
Yeah. So that's going to be one of our next steps then, is just to do board and batten on this wall and around the closet. So probably we still have probably a full weekend's worth of work still in here. That's the look of like, oh, Dawn, that's so cute. You're so optimistic. Like,
no,
one weekend and we'll have this done.
That's not what I was thinking. What I was thinking was,
when's that weekend gonna happen?
I kind of have our next few weekends booked up with other projects, so
I have to weasel mine in.
Yeah, it might not be a weekend.
How about you all say, Tom, we really want to see the girls' bedroom done, and then
I don't read your comments and no one even knows.
So no promises when that weekend will happen and this will be done, but we have been moving along with our foster care process too. We've been taking the classes that are required. Might have maybe forgot before the last one that there was some other online coursework we were supposed to do.
You can't tell them that.
Oh, but we can make it up, so it's fine. So no real new updates with that yet.
No, I think it's gonna be months, isn't it?
Yeah, they said, I mean...
At least that's my expectation, it's months.
Yeah, it's gonna be months, so...
I can put it out of sight, out of mind for months from now.
Yeah, totally
Perfect.
fine. Yep, so...
Wait, is that,
inaccurate? I feel like we're showing all of our dysfunction in this. Anyway, we'll let you know. We'll keep you posted along the way, but...
See, what I was gonna say when you were speaking, I started thinking, well, why don't we ask them to tell us what they think we should do next?
Oh, okay.
I would be actually really interested, because you guys know our life pretty, I'd say, fairly closely.
We've seen a lot of different projects we have going on.
So what do you think we should do next?
Okay.
I'm curious, because I know what I want to do next.
Alright, so let us know what you think we should do next. And...
I'm really curious. I would read all the comments because I'm really curious. I usually read, I'd say, a good chunk of them.
Yeah,
for the
especially
first
the first day, for sure. We like to see them.
But I'm really curious what you all think we should do next.
Yeah. Alright, let us know. We always love hearing what you're up to this weekend, too. But we hope you have a great weekend. We love you, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.